Hello. Hi, this is Tanya Leek with the Mirror Board.
Hey, and Phoebe Jonas also, with the Mirror Board and with Tanya Leek,
And we
excitingly enough for me.
to introduce you to this wonderful, wonderful, exciting, we're so excited, new concept that we are playing with, this new practice that we are enjoying. And you
Mm.
notice play, joy, these are all the things we want you to embody as you
Okay.
do your board. So if you are not interested in self-development and self-awareness, and right now you're good, we are happy for you. And this may not be for you. But if you're kind of curious, like me, and you kind of want to explore some new concepts, then I think this might be a little fun ditty. And we're going to be here for the next 15 minutes talking about this concept of mirror board and inviting you to join us in our next play shop, which is on August 27th, Sunday, and it is from 2 to 4 online, and it is an entree to the world
Mm.
of Mirror Board. And so with that, I'll let Phoebe tell you a little bit about what Mirror Board
Yeah.
mean. I know about, vision boards. I know about mirror work. What does that mean?
Mm. Thanks, Tanya. And yeah, so 2 to 4 Eastern,
Okay.
11 to 2, I'm getting my times right, Pacific.
Close it over.
So yeah, you may, check in with one of my reflections who's good at that. So yes, you may know about a vision board, you may know about a boogie board, you may know about a cheese board. Some of you may be familiar with a butter board, which if you like butter, I highly recommend. So what is a mirror board? Good question. So a vision board is something that I guess people, maybe a way to talk about it is you externalize the things that you want out of life and you put them on a board so that you can see them and it draws you to them, right? So a mirror board gives you the things you want in life, gets you where you want to go by looking inside. So it helps you access and it empowers you to access all of your own inner resources, which are present at any moment, at all times, and inside of you. And so, what a mirror board does is it helps you access more of yourself.
Mm.
And that's the part that Tanya and I just get so excited about, as you can see, because, most of us go through life feeling like we need to quiet certain parts or some parts aren't helpful. Guess what? In Mirror Board, every single part of you is a strength. It's just a question of naming and claiming them, recognizing them, embodying them, and then empowering yourself to know when and where to call upon them and how to do that.
Yes, yes, yes. What's interesting is it is a paradigm shift, right? I know some of you here, every part of me is a strength. Well, I got this, and you have. We challenge you to question the this concept that any part of you is, and we hate this word, bad, right?
Mm.
Everything is depends, and I talked about this is there's the sun and the rain, all natural, all beautiful. The rain is great when you need your flowers to grow. If you have a functional garden, call me. I really want to grow some herbs. Anyway, I'm working on that. But I know that you need rain. I know that much. But if you're having a party outside, the rain is not going to be your
Yeah.
best friend for that moment. But does that mean it's bad? No, you need it at the times that you need it. Sun, same thing. You need it when you have the drought. right? You can dry out your plants. Your garden can not grow if there's too much sun, right? So this is this whole thing. And so you may be also asking, all right, I hear you. Who the hell are y'all?
Yeah, why should I be listening? I mean, look, great shirt, Tanya, and Steve, cute cat scarf, but hi, who are y'all to be telling me how to access more of myself? So, in short, Tanya and I are both professional certified coaches. We are both coaches in our professional lives. There are other things that we do, but we both are trained and certified in several different modalities. We currently work with clients, and we've done so for several years. And so we are really in some ways envying and speaking to you from our coach reflections. And those are the reflections that see the magnificence in all of our clients, with everyone with whom we work. That is really our charge as coaches. And so the mirror board came about really in response to something that we often see and sometimes hear it in our own heads, is this need to siphon off, to divide, as we said, to minimize, to silence, to fix parts of ourselves. And we live in a world today that is thankfully, and could be much more so, about inclusion. And here at our board, all of you is included. And you get to decide which parts you want to use, when you want to use them, to do what you want to do with your life or inside of yourself. And we're just here to give you some tools that we've developed along the way that we find super effective at doing that, and also just really to do. Which, Tanya, can you talk a little bit about fun, which we often feel is like, well, if it's fun, it's not. If it's fun, it can't be helpful. If it's fun, it can't be real. Help us with that, T.
Yeah. Now, Phoebe, I think Phoebe teed me up for that, because I am the biggest proponent of fun. One of my reflections, that's how we talk about these aspects of ourselves, right, that we find in the mirror board, those inner resources. One of my most fun reflections, she is red, and all she wants to do is have a good time. So again, you see, sometimes I'm all for it. Other times I need her to just chill out. and the what is interesting is, I have, part of the research I've done, and this is particularly around my health and wellness coaching, is that play and having fun with something is the best way to get you to do it, right? So if there are things that are easy and fun for you to do that also contribute to your health and well-being, then you are more likely to do them, right? That makes that shift from saying it to doing it, easier said than done, much more facile. You can get it done because it's fun and you want to do it, right? People always talk about, we run away from pain, we run towards pleasure. Then let's make some of these things that we do for our health and well-being, physically and mentally, something that we can run towards. And a practice that gives us joy and that makes us smile. Like Phoebe and I, we smile when we're doing this play, not work. They'll tell you, do the work, get to know yourself, become self-aware. Oh, we agree with all of that, except we like to come at it from a playful and a fun and a joyful perspective. And that's really important. And I do want to mention the other thing that Phoebe said, was that this is really about you looking inside. And so this is also about all of these parts of you, and particularly finding the gift in the parts of you that maybe you've been told are too much. Don't do that.
Mm.
There's a gift in all of that. And they've also, in some instances, labeled that. What we do is we give you back with Mirror Board that choice, that autonomy to name it yourself and claim what it means for you. And that
Yeah.
changes the way in which even, it gives you actually a grounding and a centering so that you know what's needed at certain instances. So there's the play aspect, and then there's the naming aspect. And this is just one of many things that we cover in the various mirror board options. So we, again, autonomy and choice, right? You choose the name, you choose how you want to play with it, and then there are options for how you play with it. We've got Aspire at the end of this month, and we've got something else called Explore in September that's coming. And these are all ways to look at mirror board. And again, different people will have different ways that they'll really gravitate towards, and it'll be pleasurable for them. So we really want to enable that. So
Mhm.
you want to talk about the different ways that we kind of.
Sure. The different ways we can enter. And by the way, you may have a reflection that runs toward pain, you know, great. That may be incredibly helpful to you at certain points. So again, anything, this is really about what you know about yourself and what you're going to rediscover about yourself, and not what anyone else tells you is right or wrong, good or bad, useful or not useful. So again, we want to be really clear that this is about you rediscovering what works for you. And to that end, it's important that for Tanya and I, it was really important to create, as we were creating Mirror Board, which we visioned as modules that are standalone and can be joined at any point based on your preference, your schedule, etc. That you have an entry point. So you may start with Explore because you're someone who just wants to get in at the ground floor and let me get all the foundational knowledge first. You may be someone who's like, yeah, Explore sounds great. I don't have time for that. I can do what's next. Great, I'll do that. That might be our Dive Deep module. You may want to join Aspire. You may want to come in later and do one that has one of our intensives that does all of them together. What Tanya and I will do is make sure that at any point you have what you need to join any module. So we will connect with you before. You will have this beautiful little set of tools that will allow you to step in wherever you are and get whatever you need at that moment, because we're just not into hierarchy here at Mirror Board. So that's a little bit about the modules. And one of the things that Tanya and I are super excited about is something that we call the reflectional activity. And you'll hear about that, of course, either in Aspire or Explore, depending which one you join, Dive Deep. But that is the how. Great, this all sounds great. How do I do that? When someone's like, oh, just let it go. How do I do that? The reflectional activity is actually a practice similar to a yoga practice or vinyasa, where you will learn steps of how to connect with your reflections, name and claim them, embody them, and how to use them. So this isn't just us, yipping words at you and then setting you off into the wild blue yonder. We have a real interest in the functionality of this as well.
Yeah, and then that's why we do call it a practice. And
Great point.
both of us coming from, workshops, which again, come play with us, and adult education and learning, especially for adults, you cannot learn something and just immediately integrate it. You will need reinforcement. You will need continual practice. And we, again, want you to find the joy in that journey, right? It's with no specific destination. You know how, again, in this spirit of play and curiosity, we want you to just kind of feel it out and see what works for you, what works for your life. how you can play with these concepts and allow you to really make your dreams and your vision come true. And there's a great interview that we've recorded with one of our good friends, Ipe, shout out. and,
Okay.
and she asked about the relationship between, Phoebe talked about the relationship between vision board and mirror board. And then there's the relationship between shadow work, and mirror board. Because I look at them as kind of this great complement and almost sort of umbrella for all of those. Because as Phoebe mentioned, we're talking about the how. How do you get to what you want? And it's all of the how is in you, and we give you the tools to get there so that you can get there, right?
Mm.
So we hope that you can join us for Aspire. We so look forward to participating with you, playing with you, seeing how this resonates with you. And that's what we've seen in the play shops we've done, the pilots we've done, is that there's been such a tremendous response. And cannot go without saying that if you are a provider, particularly of mental health services. So remember, this is just as an example, there is a statistic that says that most doctor's visits are, and most being anywhere between 60 to 90% of doctor's offices, are related to, have an underlying cause in stress. This is about creating giving you the coping resources, the resiliency, you hear that talked about with respect to stress, so that you can recover from stress and you don't have not only some of the sort of mental challenges, but also your physical well-being is better assured. So, but if you're a mental health professional, psychiatrist, counselor, therapist, psychologist,
Social worker.
social worker, we invite you to join. We have a provider demo that's coming up. Please send us a message at mirrorboard@gmail.com. And you can also sort of inspect what we have going on at themirrorboard.com. So we invite you to a demo that we'll be holding in September. There'll be actually 3 dates that you can take advantage of. And it's a 45-minute, really for providers to understand the potential for you to integrate this into your practice and see the benefit that it could potentially offer to not only you, but your relationship and hopefully your client's journey of growth and exploration.
Yeah.
So with that, any parting words, Phoebe? Anything any of one of your reflections has to say?
I know, I was gonna say, let me check in with my zombie apocalypse warrior. She's busy. Sorry, she's busy at the moment. Intrepid traveler. I mean, Sloth is real happy. You know, what I want to just say in closing is really what's exciting to me about this moment is that we are really seeing people start to claim more of themselves, and that to us as you know, as coaches, as humans, we feel that is like that's the secret, right? Is that everything is right in here. Like, yeah, maybe if you want to learn how to do some brain surgery, check in here. Also, I'm sure there's some very useful textbooks out there and maybe some schools, but the discipline, the passion for that, the joy, the clarity that might get you to that decision, that starts here. And so, you know, Tanya and I are we're excited to rediscover more of you with you in a mirror board session.
Yes. So we hope to see you. Aspire, the next upcoming play shop, August 27th. Envision with us, play with us, and let us help you, support you in making your visions come to life. We'll see you there.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.